Right, good morning. Welcome back again to Lakeside. Thank everybody that's still been watching the channel. And like your comments on the last video. On this one, part 2 of the Catenary. I've now done 25 foot of it now. I'll show you a run of the 92 Cura scale running underneath the wires, and I'll also show you the new stock that arrived over the Christmas period, and what's been happening on the layout. So not going to hang around, let's get back into it. But please, can I ask you people that haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to the 6,000 mark, seems to be taking ages, so I would appreciate it, and obviously your comments on this video. So let's move on. Okay, part 2 of fitting the Catenary. Right, as you see now, I've now done the main masts now from the platform up to here, and if I can move it around, I've now done the mast now right to the end of the bridge. Right, what I did notice was that I was doing this inner line, paying attention more to the inner line, but not the furthest line away from me. So I went down and checked the platforms, and out of the 4 of the masts that were on there, the droppers that I'd put on were not either far enough back or too far forward, which meant when the pantograph ran over, the edge of the pantograph went under the wires and then would pull the wires off. And if you're lucky, you don't pull the droppers off, because they are very brittle, especially on these are a little bit stronger, but on the normal masts they are very brittle, and I have broken a couple. But I've set up. So what I'm doing now, as I lay the independent masts, I put the wires on, and as you can see, let me start it up. As you can see, I'm using a 42. I've got the pantograph up, and I've set the pantograph so it actually touches the wires. At the moment, let's have a look. Yeah, it's just underneath it, but when you're switching it on and off, the pantograph tends to go down or pop up or whatever it does, but it does run touching the pantograph. That's with the 92 now going underneath. Here we go. So what I'll do now, as I run the 92, I'll run it along the wires so that the wire mainly stays within a section of the pantograph, because if it doesn't, it will flick over to the edge, connect to the pantograph, and it will rip the wires off, and in some cases it will break the droppers if you're not careful. So I've gone up to here. As you can see now by looking down, you can see the wire, it just goes, the pantograph is just within the pantograph boundaries, but the aim is to try and keep it sort of centre and enough just to go either side. So that will do that. Take it back a bit. What I've also done is, with the bottom wire underneath, I file that down, because you will find there's slight little lips, and the pantograph can catch. So I've filed those down so that the pantograph runs smoothly when in contact with the wire. Also the wires, the top wire and the supports are painted. I've painted all of these in track dirt and only leaving the bottom one with the copper. So I'll move on. I'll show you what I've now done up here. So I've got the mast now set up through the bridge up to here now, and I'm now going into the tunnel using a normal mast there, but as you can see this is a bit high, so I'm going to have to raise the edges of the top of this board just to clear this one. I've got no other option but on using this, because by using this smaller mast, let me show you. Right, now using the smaller masts, these now will go in, but I did try to use one in this part here rather than use this, but there's not enough gap with it between the rails. The locos or the coaches catch it because of the tighter turn on here, hits it, so I've had to bring it back using this one, but the rest of the other three will go out up to the end of the tunnel, and then normal masts will go there, and then for further on I hope then to get away with normal masts all the way through. I'm gonna have to walk the bridges as I've said before, but you can see it's coming along, but it does take a lot of time. I mean 3 weeks to get me the rest of these from Resthill Wagon Works, so I'm waiting for that. But it's just not a matter of sticking them on the board and running. You've got to, I've had to cut these out, stick extensions in or cut pieces off to fit the size of that. Same as everything else, it's just a matter of time. And then you say, the time you do the wires, trim the wires off, make sure they're running. It is going to be a long process, but I'm actually getting there, and the loco will run now right through the stretch from the beginning of the platform and up to virtually as far as past the coal depot. I'm hoping to carry on and get that done, and then when I get to the Alexander Palace show, London Festival Model Railway, I'll purchase some more stuff and get on. So please keep watching, and let's have your comments please, and please subscribe. My subscribers seem to be non-existent. I don't know why. I know I don't do a lot of videos, but it would help if you did subscribe, and obviously make your comments and let me know what you think. Right, let's carry on and show you a couple of the new rolling stock that's been around. This is a look now going down through the tunnel, and this is what will be underneath. So they should hold the lines through there if I don't get any problems with that. And then now going under there, my next job now is to contemplate the bridges. But yeah, it's coming along. Right, all the catenary now done across the bridge. The more I do, I think the more impressive it looks. I've now got to put back the airport top. I've got to do a bit of little packing up. I've gone right through with this. The 92 goes under this, lovely. Looks really prototypical when it's going. I've had to lift the complete front of these tunnel portholes up and actually sit them on some stonework about ½ an inch higher to give the wires to get underneath. But I also lowered the wires between the top and the bottom rail, resoldered them by a little bit just so that the wires line completely underneath. Right, I'll show you the cap R going through. Right, here's the wires now. So I've got up to here now, 25 foot I've done now, only another 78 foot to go. But it looks really good, well pleased. I did have a comment made that these West Hill Wagon Works are look a little bit oversized, but at the end of the day, modeller's license, a lot cheaper than buying the Bestman or the Pico, and I think they do look good. Magnetics, and alright, I broke a couple of pieces on installing it, but I'm not going to moan about that. It's coming along really good. So we've got the Alexander Palace Festival Model Railway coming up on 15th of March, so I shall pick up some more catenary and hopefully take it through the next tunnels right around to where the housing estate is. That'll be my next aim. Mineral wagons looking really good. Probably have to do a bit of weathering them, but the old 37's pulling a rake of brand new ones. Right, this is the catenary down here. New loco, the 37022 Victorious, pulling the 39 16-ton mineral wagons. Also going past is the Cavalex Kappa 60, pulling Bachmann press blows. All of these are weighted to 43 grams. That was too light when I first got them, so they've all been weighted up now. 43 grams, it gives me that's a weight of about 946. No problem with the Cavalex 60 pulling these. Is the new Deltic that came as well. Pure scale Deltic and another Cavalex 60 steel on steel, pulling the steel wagons from a Cura scale, all loaded, and again no problem with pulling power. I did question the 56s of a Cavalex for their lack of pullage with the traction, with being only 4 wheels, but these I think, being a heavier wagon, they're capable of pulling what I want to put on the tracks. Another new addition that came, I don't think I've showed you this, the EFE cranes. I did show you the 2 network ones purchased, but I went for the Balfour BT one, which is the one here, which is the blue and white. I did have the Jarvis one on order, but I didn't like the look of it, the colour, so I cancelled that and got the Balfour BT. Also, since there, I've also got the Acura scale, this special edition of an engineer's coach. Absolutely beautiful, really nice. And on track then you'll see everything else that's going to be running, that's come over the Christmas period. So let's move on. New station bridge now, been extended, complete repaint, bit of weathering over the wires, looks fantastic. Well pleased with that. Yeah, on the with the Deltic, the one I've got, 55004, has got the light structure wrong on the front. Been in touch with a Cura scale, and just waiting for them now to send me the new plate that goes inside to get the lights right. Yeah, I think you agree. The old catenary certainly looks good with the trains going under the wires. "32 press flow wagons, all weighted, no trouble pulling at all." The class 60 steel on steel. This was a Rouse of Sheffield exclusive. Very happy with the loco. The only thing disappointing was never got any etched nameplates. Did ring them up, and they're saying because this has got a body wrap on it, it didn't come with plates. But I find that hard to believe, so I'm going to have a word with Cadillacs at the Alexander show on the March 15th, see what they come back with and whether they can supply a set of etched nameplates for it. Bit of a traffic jam outside the station with the train coming through and the mounted police. Right, we'll see the 37 go through, and that will be it. So please subscribe, try and keep the channel alive, keep watching. So more Catenary to follow. Sorry it's taking time, but ordering the stuff takes 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's not an easy thing just to sort of stick them down. They've got to be levelled off, the wires have got to be done. I rub all the wires down underneath so there's no bit sticking down which is likely to catch on the pantograph. Oh, before we go, I'll give you the demonstration of the 91 going under the pantograph, under the wires that I've already done. Stay with me. think the Catenary looks really good. Especially with the gantries, I do like the gantries across the bridge and across the wide part of the track. Looks really good. Right, let's get you around the other side. Right, well that's it. I think you agree that looks pretty good, riding the wires. Right, see you next time.